If you have a 2x2 tree just like this one in a jungle or mega taiga biome, and you just need to chop it down or you just need the wood, all you have to do is build a staircase up the entire thing by using a 3 block vertical space, and keep doing that by turning left every single time or right. Doesn't matter which way you go. All you have to know is that once you get to the top, all you have to do is center yourself in the tree and start chopping down every block and spinning a spiral pattern so that you have every single wood block taken care of. This will get rid of the entire tree without having to worry about building a pole up to the top or missing any of them, and it's just super clean and you get all the wood from it at the bottom. Super easy. If there's ever just a standard tree a little bit too tall for you to cut down, all you need to do is grab yourself a ladder, throw it down on the base of the tree, the second block up, climb up the ladder, and then you can chop down almost any tree at any height if it's too high to reach. You might need more than one ladder, but it's a really useful tip, and I suggest you carry around some ladders. If you're ever working underwater or you're building an underwater base, you're going to have to find a way to replenish your air supply easily without having air pockets. One way is to use a torch. Torches create temporary air pockets that you can fill up your air with, and then they automatically pick themselves up so you don't have to worry about it. Now, if you want a more permanent air solution, put down a fence, and you can always stand right next to it as long as it's at head level, and you'll get your air supply. You can use ladders or just about anything that has its own space and isn't a complete block, like buttons and levers, and redstone torches work other than normal torches. But just about anything can fill up your air supply as long as it is there for just a split second. You still have time to do it. So if you're building underwater base, this is extremely useful, and I suggest you start using it. Something that's becoming a little bit more known to all Minecraft players is that you can see the hitboxes of entities by pressing F3 and the button B at the same time. It'll show you the entity's hitbox and what way it's facing, starting with 1.8. And it's kind of useful for items in general. You can see any entity's hitbox, and it can help you see items that you wouldn't usually pick up if they're at the top of trees or something, like this one over here. And it'll help you when you're chopping down trees and you need saplings or something. And you can also press F3 and H at the same time to see the durability of your items. Like, you couldn't see it before, but now you can see that my axe has a couple uses taken out of it, and you can see some other details about them. But those are both really useful, quick little things that you can do to improve your experience and know a couple more things about everything that's going on. Ice will melt in a high light level, and if you put a torch near it, not on top of it, directly next to it, or below it, but near it, it'll melt and it will leave a stationary block of water that remains unupdated. This is what it looks like, and it won't move until you change a block immediately next to it. It's kind of weird, and I think it looks awesome. I use it for so many things, but other people don't think so. And if you put two above each other just like this, and you wait for one to melt, it will create an elevator, basically. It's really useful. You can climb up and down. It's extremely simple. It doesn't take up much space. It is an extremely easy elevator. You don't need any signs or ladders or anything at all. You just need 2 pieces of ice and some torches. It's extremely useful and extremely compact. I suggest you use it. Ice is great and has so many great uses. This is just one way you can use it. A lot of people know this already, and I was contemplating not putting this in the video, but if you set a mob on fire, a mob that drops meat, it will actually drop its cooked form when it dies instead of its regular raw meat. This works for any animal that drops meat in general, and it will give you its cooked form instead of its regular one. I know a lot of people know this, but there are a couple people that don't, and I think they should, because this is extremely useful, and I use it for just about all of my food and survival because it's so nice. It's a great way to do things if you carry around a flint and steel or a lava bucket. You can get a lot of extra food. For some, like the chicken, you have to use a flint and steel because the lava bucket will kill it and you won't get anything. And for others, like the pig, the cow, and everything else, you can use a lava bucket. But be sure not to kill it with the lava, or else it won't drop anything, and definitely not cooked food. One block of water can actually water a 9 by 9 square of farmland around it. That's 4 blocks off to every single side of the water block. A lot of people don't know this and they end up doing like a single row of water for just one row of dirt, and it makes my eyes hurt. So you can use this for just a big field of wheat or pumpkins and melons like this side over here. Now I've also set up some stuff in the middle, like the wheat and the sugar cane, because I mean you can use that space for whatever you want. It's not used usually, but other than that, it's basically just 4 rows for pumpkins and melons, and then uh, just the middle one for the water. Lighting, you need torches on all the corners just to light this entire thing. And then you also need something in the middle. I use jack-lanterns, or you can use a block covered in torches if you don't have pumpkins or something. You can use glowstone, redstone lamps if you're a weirdo or something like that. But I like pumpkins, jack-lanterns, because they fit with the farm theme, I guess. And you just need something there to provide light so all of them will grow. This is a great farm because it's stackable, and I guess that's about it for this one. If you ever need a building block, just a ton of one block, or you just need to build like a pillar to get somewhere, or you just need a bunch of extra blocks, all you have to do is set up 2 walls just like this one, and you need some fences, 2 snow blocks, and a pumpkin. You're going to place the fences on the walls just like this, so that they're diagonal from each other and in rows of 2. And you're going to spawn a snow golem by placing blocks in the lower section of fence. Now you can put the fence on there, and then you can push them into the middle. It actually took me a very long time to push them into the middle and then not screw it up from there. So I apologize for that. But then you can place the last fence, remove the 2 at the bottom, and then you have an infinite snow source for yourself to use. Now you can pull out any shovel. I suggest using a stone one. It doesn't really matter. And just go right in between the 2 snow things and mine it all out. You can do this until all of your shovels break, and then you can craft all the snowballs painstakingly into snow blocks and use them for anything, including building more snow golems. Cows and mushrooms are a little bit more than 1 block tall. You can use this for a couple different things, like setting off tripwire. They'll set off tripwire that's 1 block above the ground. That means there's one space on the ground level that's empty, and the tripwire is on the one above that. They will actually set that off just because they were a little bit taller than 1 block, which we used a lot in cow and mushroom farms, and it's great for a lot of other mechanics like that if you want to get into the technical stuff with cows and all that. It's good for a couple things I can think of. Clocks, if you ever want just a clock based on a cow's movement, and that's all I can think of. But you can also use this for food, because if you have cows in a little space like this, and you put lava in the corner, it'll burn their top halves, but it won't burn their bottom halves, and they'll just take fire damage instead of the normal lava damage, which will actually cook their food, and you can just take it like that. Now, if you put lava on the bottom half of a cow, of course it's just going to die like that. That's why it's useful to use the top half like that, because then you don't just have a sad, dead cow. A flint and steel is not the only tool that can be used to light a nether portal. Of course it works like that, but you can also use things like fire charges when you're in a pinch in the nether, or even putting a flint and steel in a dispenser and then activating it in front of the obsidian configuration. That's pretty cool and is pretty useful if you want to make an automatic farm that uses nether portals, because then you can also use another dispenser just to put water through it to cancel it out. So it's pretty useful. I don't know about you, but I'm extremely tired of seeing sugarcane farms like this, only having 2 sugarcane per water source block. No, that's not any way to go. You really want to put your water block sources in a configuration like this. It's a little square configuration that's completely tileable. See, if you put down sugarcane, you can put it in the entire 4x4 square that utilizes 3 and even 4 if you want to sides of the blocks. Here's what it looks like when you have 4, but also it's stupid, so why would you do that? So it's a lot more compact if you just use these. and have a 4x4 space. And if you, it's completely tileable, you can just keep going like this. All you need is 4 more water sources, and you can keep on putting sugarcane down to make a big farm that utilizes the space a lot better than the stupid little farm that I've got set up over there. Are you tired of getting those stupid smite swords? Like, you use 30 levels to enchant a diamond sword, and you just get like smite 4 or something? Well, throw 2 of those together in an anvil, and you've got yourself a smite 5 diamond sword, which you can critical hit a pigman in one shot. Now, doing this will kill the pigman in one shot, and it won't aggro the rest of the pigmen on you. You can do this basically the entire time, as long as you keep getting critical hits and don't fail. You can just keep on getting a bunch of gold, and pretty much do this forever. It's great. It uses all those stupid smite swords that I've got, and it's a great way to get gold because sometimes maybe I guess you'll use gold like for one project. I have yet to find that project, but maybe it'll be useful someday. And you've got all these smite swords lying around, so why not? And it's something to do with zombie pigmen. Maybe you're just in trouble with zombie pigmen. You pull out your Smite 5 diamond sword and say, hey, this is all I need to do. But I guess the only other thing you need to know is in order to get criticals, you want to jump and swing the sword while you're still falling. And that'll get you a critical hit. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm going to keep this short. Check out my channel or something, and like and subscribe. Or don't. I really couldn't care less. See you guys next time.